Okay, so now we're getting to the end of the decorations anyway of the ornament. So what I've done is I've just taken a strand of white embroidery thread, a nice thin strand. You don't want more than, like I have 2 strands here, so you might have to pull out some of your strands, and I've knotted it. Also, you want to separate them because you want to make sure that you have enough to do both. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my needle where I want the first sequin to go. Insert my needle through and go ahead and insert the needle through the sequin. The needle's a little bit fat, so you might have to push it through a little bit, and you want to pull gently because you don't want to pull the knot through. Okay, so there you have the sequin, position where you want it, and then you're just going to go to the outside. You're going to do this 3 times. You're just going to go to the outside of the sequin and punch the needle down through. And all we're going to do is kind of like a triad of securing it. So we're going to come back up through the sequin again. Okay, and then go back down through maybe like a third of the way around. Picture like if the first one was at 12 o'clock, if your first stitch was at 12 o'clock, maybe your next stitch would be at maybe 4 o'clock or so around the clock. And then you're going to come back up through again and go back down another third around. So in doing so, what you've done is you've fixed the sequin at 3 points around the circle. So I'm just going to continue. I'm not going to cut the thread or anything. I'm just going to decide where do I want my next sequin to go, and I think I want my next sequin to go here. And so I'm going to insert through the felt, and I'm going to push that sequin down if I need to, because like I said, the needle is on the thicker side. I do that because it's easier to thread for you. But again, I'm just going to pull up through and then go back down around the outside of one of the edges. That's 1. I'm going to come back up through, holding that sequin down nice and still. Come back up through and, whoops, sorry about that. And we got a little bit of a snag there. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes you just kind of have to be gentle with it and work it out. That's what I'm going to try and do. See where my snag is and pull gently. There we go. Okay, so I'm back up and through, and then I'm going to go back down another edge, maybe like a third of the way around. Okay, and then one more for this particular sequin. Come back up through the center and pull, and go back down the outside about a third of the way around. So that's sequin number 2. I'm going to continue. I have 2 more sequins here that I'm going to put on there, and then I'm going to tie it off on the back. Go ahead and do that to yours and add, I guess you guys might have 3 sequins per ornament. All right, we'll pick back up in a minute.